on? Mm-hmm. Man, is it good to be back. First of all, we're back. But we couldn't have set this up to be the best episode back from vacation. Because I harassed Mr. Pat Sabatini, who's here with us, all throughout vacation saying, let's make it happen. Let's drink whiskey. And you so gracefully joined me. Let's cheers, brother. We cheers earlier, but let's do it on camera.
Brother.
Thanks for coming, bro. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
You were one of the bigger highlights of the trip because every time we go away, I always bring my little fire cue, like whatever I got to bring just to make sure I don't miss whatever fights are happening that weekend.
Of course.
So, I gathered my whole, we usually have 3 rooms and my room is like the fight room. So all the, the family comes over and we do the fights or whatever. We actually had to, whatever was happening, I couldn't get the signal to work. I had to scroll back. I think we missed it live, yours. But it was running in the thing. So anyway, it was a fucking nightmare. But I wouldn't let anybody leave the room, and I wouldn't let anybody watch anything live because I wanted to rewind right before your fight, before your walkout. Anyway, you gave us plenty of entertainment, man. It was how did it feel? We were proud of you, man.
Man, it felt great to get a win over a tough opponent like that, and get that second fight done, and just get that experience. Fighting at the Apex, first time fighting in Las Vegas. It was definitely awesome.
Was that how you sort of? I mean, because it was not what I was expecting. Did you see it?
No.
What was your expectation before you went into the fight, and then as soon as you went through it?
So my goal with every fight, is I want to dominate every part of the fight, and I definitely was not happy with my performance, but we could have sat down and talked for hours about predictions before the fight, and I didn't think it was going to go that way at all.
Why did you? So you're a very humble martial arts guy. We talked about this before. I've made fun of you a little bit about it because you're so quiet and peaceful and all this stuff. But I've seen a lot of posts, congratulating for the way you approached, the conclusion of the fight.
Absolutely.
Respectfully so, because obviously the guy was hurt, and you wanted to make sure he was But what at that moment was that your only you're like, fuck, I hope the guy's fine? What was going through your head when the finish happened?
So when the finish happened, it registered a little slower than normal. But when I seen him laying over there, man, I was like the only thing on my mind. You know what I mean? Because I've been there before. I've been the guy getting carried out on a stretcher, and it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
It's not a good feeling. Like I say all the time. When I go in there, it's me and that opponent. We're gonna do whatever it takes to win, but at the end of the day, you don't want to, hurt the guy to where he can't fight for a while. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's not the goal.
So you went in there. It was a pretty fast pace.
Oh yes.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And he came out swinging too.
Oh yeah.
He caught you. Was it an uppercut?
To be totally honest with you, I don't believe I was rocked or anything. I watched the fight a bunch of times.
It was hard to see.
It was very hard to see.
Because I think you had your back turned.
Yes.
So it looked sort of like he hit you with an uppercut, and almost like you guys went down and immediately started grappling. But you couldn't tell if you got hurt or if it was just on the way down that you guys.
I wasn't sure if it was the uppercut, whether I lost my footing, something happened.
You ended up on the ground.
But I watched it numerous times. I couldn't figure it out because of the angle.
You couldn't figure it out by thinking about if your face hurt?
Things just happen so fast in there. It just.
Did he hit you with a good shot or no?
I wasn't rocked. No.
No.
Mm-mm. No, I've been rocked before. No, I wasn't rocked.
Okay. How fast did that feel? That whole.
The whole thing felt super super fast.
Because it felt fast to us. I'm assuming if you're in there,
you're
expecting maybe to work a couple rounds, get in there, get loose, and it was
no, it was. I wasn't expecting it to end in the first round or be such a fast fight, but that's the thing with the sport, man. You just you could prepare for years, but one little thing could happen in there, and it just alters the whole course of the fight.
You had us freaking out because you're on the. It was almost like watching an arm wrestling match because you guys are on the ground. I say this all the time. I don't know that much about the ground game. I can't dissect it. Even Gabby can't. You know what I mean? I know the striking stuff. I'm still working on it. Point being is that when I see you two on the ground and he's twisting off your foot.
Toe hold, schmo hold.
and then you're grabbing him. You know, it's such a fast. I'm trying to figure out like, oh shit, like is Pat good? Is he not good? What's he doing while I'm watching your foot like being twisted? Like, what was happening in that moment? Were you
part?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
were you focusing on what you were doing? Were you feeling anything?
So he attacked the top leg, and there was no, like, one thing with the leg locks, they call it a bite. You want to get like some kind of control with your leg configuration between the knee and the hip. Okay. Just so the guy can't roll or turn out of the stuff.
Okay.
Then he can start attacking the heel, you know, the ankle, whatever. But that leg was free, and I think when he was going for that, it left his leg open. If you notice, I figured forward my legs right above his knee, and then I was able to apply, you know, the heel hook.
So what he was doing, he was trying to create damage in the knee by twisting your foot, or he was
trying to go more for a toe hold, which is going to target more my ankle.
Okay. Didn't do any damage to you?
No.
Your foot was. I mean, my foot would still be swollen. Like I mean, he had a twist. He had a, you know. It seemed like he was doing some damage, but you were just calm and collected and doing your own thing.
Always try to stay calm, collected, and make the right decisions at the right times.
So then you win, and they go to you, and then you say immediately that you didn't like your performance.
Yeah.
Is it because you like you're very critical of what you do, so you'll never kind of be happy, or you had specifics?
To be honest with you, I know how hard I work. I know the time I put in. I'm not satisfied unless I dominate every aspect of the fight. I mean, that's just how it's going to be for me. Moving forward, I know what I need to work on, and it kind of excites me. You know, I always know there's more to learn. I'm never going to be a finished product.
So for such a fast fight, what did you pick up on that you felt like you didn't get to do?
Oh man, I know it was a fast fight, but dude, I saw so much stuff that I need to work on. You know what I mean? Like stuff that that needs to translate a little bit better from the gym into the actual fight. You'll probably see it the next time.
Like what? Give me something.
Angles, just a lot of stuff. Too much.
Don't make me pry shit out of you. That's why you're drinking whiskey, man. I got to make this easier than the last time. So in the gym, obviously, you know, you go hard. You work on all these things. Does it feel like sometimes because the adrenaline, the moment, like some of that stuff just goes away, or you just haven't had the chance in the fight to put those things to use? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like it's weird because like consciously, like there's things that I do in the gym that I feel like don't follow over to the fight, but I feel like my reactions in the fight are always like faster, and when I really shut my mind off, the training takes over, and I'm a better version in the fight than I am in the gym. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So is that my phone? That's my phone. Yeah. Gabby, do you mind grabbing my phone real quick?
What a professional.
Just, we're just killing it. You know what it is because Pat wouldn't text me when he got here, and I was very concerned, so I left my phone on for that reason. And then he messaged me on Instagram anyway. I don't need it. Just I was trying to get some people to call him for this because I thought it'd be interesting to see. I have my questions that I want to ask you, but I wanted to kind of see everybody else's perspective. I feel like people are a little scared to call in and talk to you, man. I feel like you scared them a little bit.
No, I'm a friendly guy.
No, we did it too last minute, I think. But either way.
Can we talk about Eric's comment? Did you see this on the post?
Oh, I saw it.
Oh, I didn't see the comment. What did he say?
The Scottish police still looking for you?
Oh man.
What the hell does that mean?
As he drinks.
All right. Well, what's funny? It all started with a couple drinks.
As it does.
So great story. So we did the President's Cup for Combat Sambo.
Yep.
It was over in Scotland. Beautiful. Have you ever been to Scotland before?
No, but Eric told us when he was on the show. He told me all about how beautiful it was. He wants to move over there or some shit. I don't know.
Oh man, we had the best time. We competed, and then we had like a full day to do whatever. And we were partying with the guys from the England team.
Okay.
And they're crazy. Like they're crazy. We were like drinking Scotch with them. And the next day, we have a flight going on. We have to get back home. And I'm in a taxi, from the hotel to the airport. I get real pale all of a sudden, and I look at Eric in a real serious, look him right in the eye, and I'm like, Eric, we have a problem. I think I'm gonna throw up. And we rolled the window down. Oh my God, it was one of my darkest moments. I know it's gross, but this happened. You know, I'm vomiting out of the side of the projectile, right? I look back behind the car. Cars are swerving out of the way
to avoid hitting the throat.
Yeah. Then I'm looking to my left, and you know how over in England,
opposite.
The driver is on the other side, and he's right there looking at me in the mirror, shaking his head. And I just have my head down, and Eric, Evan, and Johnson were all in the back seat, and they were all laughing at me. So I had like the trio. I had the car swerving, the driver giving me that disgusted look, shaking my head, and those three.
And you feel like you're about to die.
Yeah. So we finally get home, and Eric thought it would be a funny idea to make a fake news article how the Scottish police were looking for like an American that purposely vomited out of the taxi. An international incident, and it was hilarious. It was hilarious. He got me.
Did you believe it for a second?
Yeah, of course I did.
First of all, I know Eric has some design art skills. So,
yes,
yeah.
It looked
so he made it look legit.
Yeah, so I was cracking up, man, after I found it was like fake, but he got me.
What an asshole. So I take it you're not a big drinker? Or
No, I don't drink too often. Here and there, like I'll enjoy a good drink, with like family, friends, but nah, I'm just
because you don't like it, or just because of training and trying to be good?
I enjoy a good drink here and there, but training comes first.
Yeah.
Training comes first.
Yeah, I was telling you before the show started that I'm trying to do my best at lose. I gotta lose weight. I was telling Gabby too that my hands are shaky, and it's not because you make me that nervous. Unfortunately, you don't make me nervous, but my hands are shaky because I was supposed to start doing privates with Bobby or something this week or this morning. And because like I said, I was harassing him on vacation. Like, dude, I can't keep on feeling it. Like, I gotta feel good. I want to. Anyway, so I got small gloves because I'm used to. I have my old boxing shit when I used to, that I'm used to. And he's like, oh, maybe get shin guards. I don't fucking shin guard. I've never used shin guards in my life. So I'm over there on Amazon just buying random shit. Point being is that he bailed on me last night because he got a little. He's under the weather, but So then I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'm going to hit the bag with the little gloves and see how that shit feels. Well, of course, it's been so long that my hands are still, when you cut the grass and your hands are still kind of shaking?
Oh, yeah.
I guess, from that. I don't think I know how to wrap my hands for MMA gloves. Is it different?
I think you just got to be a little bit tighter because the glove's smaller, the glove's tighter.
So I look obviously into it to make sure, because usually my palm gets more covered, but apparently you have to kind of keep the space open so you can straighten your hand, and I don't think I did it right. I think I was losing circulation in my fingers, and that's why.
Bobby's a good guy to work with, though, man.
That's what everybody says. I like the man. He's a good kid, man.
He's the future, that guy.
Yeah, you think so?
He could strike. He could wrestle. He could do jiu-jitsu. He's like constantly evolving. Every time I go with him, I feel like he's getting better. I feel like it's just a different look. It's awesome to see,
Yeah. Well, that's what I hear, and obviously I'm never there, so I don't know that, but I like, there's certain people that I just kind of automatically like, and it's like,
Dude, same, man. Like, I go fishing with him all the time. He's one of my main people to go fishing with.
Really?
Yeah.
So tell me about, because as much as you're into fighting, I feel like fishing would be like, if you had a choice between fighting as a professional, which you already are, or fishing as a professional, which would you do?
Man, gotta think.
Come on, man, on the boat with a fucking Columbia shirt, like.
Dude, if we're talking like saltwater on a boat, man, that's really that's a toss up right there.
Really?
Gotta still go with fighting though.
Really?
Yeah, it's more of a thrill, and.
But you have that to fall back on. Like, you have two passions that once you're done fighting, you can certainly go fishing. Not professionally, maybe, but
I gotta get way better at fishing. And
yeah.
Yeah.
What type of fish? I mean, I know you like to fish anywhere there's water, but what's the highlight fishing trip for you?
So I like going down to my buddy. His name's Pearson. He has a charter business down in the Florida Keys.
Okay.
Dude, down there, it's just unbelievable.
That's at its best, fishing.
It's like I think it would be considered maybe the fishing capital of the world.
Oh, really?
You can get anything down there. It's just amazing, absolutely amazing. It's a paradise too.
This is from lack of experience in fishing, but the few times that I've gone fishing has been with like my brother-in-law in the ocean or whatever. He has a boat down in Avalon. But I know very little. But when it starts getting into like what you can keep and what you can, it just becomes so fucking complicated. Then I'm like, well, can you keep anything? What's the point of fishing if you're not keeping anything?
Dude, there's a season for everything.
Right.
Like I like honestly, like I don't really keep a lot of the stuff. You know, I usually just throw it back. But you know, like bluefish, man. You know, I don't really know what the seasons are. But
bro, we would get something. I'm like, oh, and he's like, oh, you can't eat that. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And then something else. Oh, you can't eat that either. Oh, that'll kill you. I'm like,
but then
hey,
a month
man.
later, you can eat it.
I guess.
It's
but it's like, so like if I were to be like, oh, I'm gonna get into fishing, I can't just go out there and nilly-willy, you know, whatever the hell it's called.
I think they have charts and stuff for it.
Too much work.
Yeah.
Charts?
Yeah, charts.
I gotta look at charts.
Charts. Yeah, I don't know, man.
My kid wanted to fish. I think it was last year or the year before. I did take him fishing last year. Well, funny enough, the first time he told me he wanted to go fishing, I looked at like the Jersey fishing wildlife, whatever the hell it is, and they had charts. And out of the chart, fish options, which I figured we were going to catch anything anyway, 90% you couldn't eat. They were poisonous. And I'm like, how am I going to identify the fish? I'm not going to kill my child. Because of course, they think they're going to fish and catch it and eat it that night for dinner or fish tacos or some shit. But so anyway, and then last year I did take them, and I'm like, this time we're gonna get something. Good weather.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, we got there and the water was bright neon green. Now, I don't know what that means, but that doesn't look good. And then posted signs everywhere. Hazardous, basically like almost don't touch the water.
Oh, man.
And then like I texted my brother-in-law who like was the one that said, oh, I just went fishing there last week. Go to this place. I'm like, hey, bro, what about the posted signs? He's like, I didn't see them.
No.
I'm like, they look like they've aged. They look like they've been there for at least a month. Like, how did you not see the signs? He's like, well, anyway, he fished and he ate whatever he caught. So
oh, man.
he's still alive.
That doesn't sound good.
He's still alive.
The next Spider-Man or something.
Maybe he'll get some gills in the middle of the night or something.
Some superpowers.
Oh, man. So what's next in fighting? I want to talk more than just about fighting because obviously we ran through the fight talk pretty quick. But what's next? Where are you at?
So as of right now, you know, just staying ready. Maybe within the next couple of weeks, figure out the next move when I'm fighting next. But I don't plan on stopping training, you know, at all. Maybe next week or so, like just, you know, up the drill time.
Okay.
You know, dial back on the live time just to heal up a little bit. I had a couple injuries going on leading up to this fight. So, you know, just heal up a little bit, you know, give this a little bit of a rest, but at the same time still develop those skills and then, you know, just keep training. Whatever opportunity opens up, you know, just keep my weight to where I could jump on it, you know, at a couple weeks' notice if I need to.
So you don't think you're gonna get a last minute fight anymore, right? I think that ship has sailed unless it's a big one.
I learned in this industry it's better to be prepared for the worst of situations.
That's true. So I think the last episode we did, we were looking towards the fight. So we were talking about it, and I went on a rant about how you.
There's the one back in April, right? I believe?
No, not the one with you. Like just the last episode that we shot.
Oh, gotcha.
I was talking about your fight that you just had, and I was pissed about the fact that they put you in such early in the prelims.
Yeah.
Like,
it was. We were like the fight day. I think my shuttle from the hotel to the venue was like at 1:45 p.m. Yeah, it was early.
That's not cool. First of all, it's not cool because you need more respect. They need to give you a little more respect and put you higher on the card. But anyway, so I think you solved that problem by the way you finished the fight.
I don't know, man. I kind of like fighting early, though.
You do?
Yeah, I kind of like just.
Don't say this, then they're not going to put you in the main event. I want you in the main event. You like fighting earlier than a super late fight?
I think so, honestly. Yeah,
just because you feel more.
You just get in there, you handle business, and you get right out of there.
What time was it when you were done the fight? You remember?
I want to say I was done by 5:15.
That's fucking nice.
Yeah.
Because then you can hang with your family, do whatever you guys want to do, go to eat.
Dude, the whole fight day, I'm like, after this, I just want to see my family, see the girlfriend, and just, you know, get something to eat, just relax a little bit, enjoy some family time, man. I'm a big family guy.
So I saw the pictures with like you guys had a crowd in the hotel room or whatever. It seemed like you guys were all very enjoying yourselves or whatever. So who's all there? What's the crew?
So it's my mom, dad, sister, girlfriend, coaches obviously. Had a couple friends, make the trip out, which was awesome. I think that's it, honestly.
Yeah.
But that's all I need.
But wasn't it? That's the very tight-knit,
That's all I need right there.
So is that like, I feel like that would be the same, like, let's just get through the fight because I cannot wait to just relax, have a conversation, eat something nice, be with the people that I care about, and maybe take my mind off of the whole fucking stress of fighting.
It's definitely awesome to have the stress release, but I definitely get into like a different mindset at the time, and I don't even think a minute past the fight. I just think about the fight. I zone in on the fight.
But when the fight's done, can you let it go?
Oh, when it's done, yeah, I've gotten better.
Or do you come in all dark and shit into the hotel room like
aggressive
as fuck?
No. I came out, pretty mild. You know what I mean, after that.
Content though, or were you still kind of bummed and that whole deal?
It was great getting to meet Dana White. After
tell me
the
about
fight.
that. I saw that picture.
Dude, it was awesome.
How did that whole thing play out?
Great experience. So after your fight, they do like a medical checkup. Then you do pictures, and then you do media. And as I was taking the pictures, like this big guy comes up. He's like, Dana wants to have a word with him. And I look at Eric. I'm like, oh damn. So
did you get nervous?
I was just like, I was a little pumped. I was like, oh man, this is cool because I never formally met the guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just in passing. But so I get back there, and he gave me congratulations and everything, some chit chat, and back there for about 15 minutes. Got to take a picture with him. Got to formally meet him.
Yeah,
it's awesome, man.
Nice guy.
Super nice guy.
He's kind of polarizing. He's you see him so much in the media, and you feel like the type of person that he is based on what you hear and all this stuff. But just normal dude, nice guy.
Super nice guy, man. Seemed very down to earth. Just a nice guy, man. Yeah. Honestly. Yeah, big fan.
That was good.
Yeah.
You heard that. Put him in the fucking main event. Anyway. So you're not mentioning anything. I don't know if it's on purpose, but I'll bring it up.
Sure.
Did you not get the bonus?
I did.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that was huge. So I found out about that later on, and
how much later
screamed at the top
you screamed?
Oh, I screamed real loud.
Really?
Yeah, in the hotel room that we were at. Yeah, I freaked out, man. Freaked out.
How did that play? Like, you got a phone call? Somebody got a phone call? How did that work?
So we were just sitting around. We were watching. We just got done watching the fights, and we're eating some food. I think I just got done some chicken wings. Love chicken wings. And then Rob comes out, and he's like, "All right,
okay.
let's make a toast, to Andre, to Pat, and to Pat getting a bonus." And I was just like, I freaked out, man. It was awesome, dude. My emotions went through the roof.
So what did it feel like at that moment? Like, you've felt validated for what you've been working for? Was it just nice to get money? Like, because you work so hard, you spend so much money on training. Like, is it just like a relief? Like, what was the...
So honestly, like, I'm in this sport for more than just money. You know what I mean? It's like it's just like a passion thing. But like, dude, to be honest with you, just that feeling. Like, I literally meditated like leading up to this fight, and I was like, just telling myself, you're gonna get the bonus, you're gonna get the win, you're gonna be 15-3, you're gonna be 2-0 in the UFC, and I just every day like I visualize that, and it's one thing to visualize it, but you go through the day, you're like, it's probably not gonna happen, but
yeah,
dude, the power of meditation, man, is just I cannot. I've been meditating like consistently for a little over a year now, and it's funny to see the changes that have happened in my life from 1 year ago till now, and I think a lot of it is that.
Damn, now I want to meditate. Tell me. Well, I mean, I do the positive thinking, all that stuff, and putting it out there. Was that
positive affirmations? Yeah,
like I think I do that, but not in a formal manner. Where like I've tried meditation, with the apps or just and it is, you do feel good, but I feel like, are we back to imposter syndrome? Like, I feel like I'm full of shit while I'm doing it, and I'm not doing it legit.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
You're not doing it right, I guess.
I just feel like I'm not, I feel like I'm doing it on purpose to achieve something, and that's wrong, right? That sounds.
I was like, honestly, I just like did some research on it before I got into it, and stumbled upon a doctor. I forget the name of his name, but he said if you do it 10 minutes a day for 4 days, you'll see a difference. So like, of course, I was a little skeptical.
Yeah.
Dude, day 4 felt just a subtle change in my perception and my perspective.
Really?
And then the same doctor said something like 8 weeks, you could, like your whole like thinking pattern could be totally changed. And man, it's a little like tedious. It could be a little bit a little bit boring sometimes. But dude, I started out doing like 10-minute ones. Now, dude, I go over an hour, just zone out. Like,
holy
dude,
shit. Now, are you
awesome.
doing, what's that called? It's not mantra, is it? What is it that you
guided meditations? Yeah.
So you're doing a guided meditation. You're listening to somebody?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
they get you like to zone in on your breath, like the in and out. Start slowing down like your heart rate. It's a good breathing exercise too.
Yeah.
And
so when do you start repeating what you were saying about the getting the bonus or about getting the record? Like, when are you putting that in your head throughout the process?
So I like maybe about like 4 or 5 weeks before the fight, I started like just adding that into like my normal meditation practices. And dude, it's crazy. Like, you have like weird dreams about what you're meditating about. Like, it's very very interesting stuff. But the fact that transformed into reality is
bizarre, but in a good way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely like solidified my belief in meditation.
Everything's so complicated that it sort of makes sense. Like,
yeah,
other shit that we do that gets us in a bad mood or in bad health or in good mood and better, how you act with other people based on how you're taking care of yourself. So it makes perfect sense to, if you're focusing that much on yourself and your mind and slowing everything down, put in positive,
absolutely,
thoughts in your head.
It's like this. It's like your house, your home, your room. You don't want that to be a disaster, right? You don't want that to be a mess. You want it to be, clean, well structured. Same thing with your mind. You live your whole life in your mind. You know what I mean? Like, if it's a disaster zone, full of bad thoughts and negative energy, you're gonna just put negative things out into the world, and they're just gonna find their way back to you. You know what I mean? But when it's clear and it's positive, and you put the work in to make it positive place, you're just going to breed positive things and react to even bad situations in a positive manner.
Right.
That's
because your brain stays centered. It's not all over the place.
Yes.
And you're not, because when I have a stressful or kind of like there's just so much shit going on, the reactions are going to always be quick, and you're going to not react the best way necessarily.
Yes.
Because your brain is being taxed by all this other stuff. So it does make sense that once you have that headspace. And this spot is brought to you by Headspace. No, I'm joking. That's the name of the app.
That was good.
I think that's the one I tried. That's what I remember. But no, it makes perfect sense. I got to take my meditation more seriously, as well as my health, as well as a lot of things. You're my inspiration, Pat. That's what I'm trying to tell you. How do you like the whiskey, man? You like
it's
it?
very good, very smooth.
We're having Dalmore, I believe.
I like it. Never had it before. Here.
Yeah, me neither. Well, I mean, I had it on the show once before, but I hadn't had it until Rob gifted it to the set. And it's pretty damn smooth. So family's good, career's going well. You're healthy, feeling good.
Yes, sir.
Well, we're excited to see your obviously your next fight getting announced. I think, dude, you're just gonna keep. I mean, you guys are all from this, Andre and you and Sean and everybody's obviously killing it and putting a mark. But there's something special about you guys specifically that you can just tell. Like, it's just there's just so much to put out there still that people haven't seen,
I think it's like we keep an open mind, and we have amazing coaches. I've had a lot of coaches in my lifetime, but I've never had coaches that actually made me believe more in myself than I believed in myself. You know what I mean? And that's things like that. Remind me I'm in the right place with the right people.
That's right. So why don't we talk about some, do we have any current events? Do we have any fights to look forward to? What did you think about the whole... Actually, last time you were on the show, I think we talked about a Jake Paul fight, didn't we?
I think we did.
And I tortured you talking about that fight and breaking it down.
We talked about Ben Askren, right?
Ben Askren.
Yes.
And then, funny enough, there's another Jake Paul fight with Woodley that happened already. Obviously,
I gotta
Did
admit,
you see it?
I did not see it.
Did you hear about it?
Of course, I heard about it.
We haven't talked about it on the show yet, so
Are you buying into conspiracies?
I try not to, because they tend to
I
be
mean,
all to be full of shit. But what's the conspiracy? What, that he threw the fight or something?
Yeah. Well, because this is, what was it? I watched it because my sister's boyfriend bought it. Didn't spend
You
my
don't
own
have to
money.
always make an excuse for how you didn't pay
I have to
for
make an
it.
excuse for it. But no, they said because he had him on the ropes and then took a step back.
Yeah.
Just stopped. Everyone's like,
Oh,
yeah.
really?
It was literally, he swung, it should have counted as a
knockdown.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about boxing,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
but yeah, should have counted as a knockdown because he was off his feet against the ropes. Ref didn't call it,
Yeah.
and then Woodley just took a step back, let Jake Paul recenter, and then they started again. And everyone's like, you could have won. It was it was clear, but
These are the moments that I realize that, like, either I see things completely fucking different than everybody else, or I'm just so wrong about what I think I saw, because I saw that fight, and myself and everybody in the room with me, like, I thought Tyron Woodley won the fight pretty fucking easily. And then, like, as soon as the fight is done, first of all, fucking Ariel Helwani pissed me off. I like the guy. I feel like I talk about him too much, but like, you represent MMA still, and you go in there and not say anything. That's like, have a little bit of balls. And but maybe, like I said, maybe everybody else, every podcast after the fight said basically how Tyron Woodley didn't do enough, and Jake Paul was the busier guy. Apparently, I'm crazy because I didn't see that shit at all.
I'd have to watch this fight.
You should watch.
sometime.
It's actually it was actually enjoyable. It wasn't a bad fight, but
yeah,
Woodley.
went the distance and
How many rounds was it?
8.
8.
It was enjoyable. It was fine.
He
Tyron
looked-
Woodley did
yeah.
good. He didn't look bad.
No.
He looked better than he did in his last losses in the UFC. I guess as a he was in shape. He did good. Anyway, I didn't expect him to win unless it was by like a knockout, and I didn't expect him to knock him out because that would be like, you're not gonna get paid then, kind of thing.
Yeah, I wonder, did they put out how much they made?
I think they guaranteed, the commission releases, which is usually just a little bit of what they put on paper, but I think $1 million or $2 million each, clean.
Gotcha.
Sponsors, pay-per-view, so they did good.
Yeah, they both did good.
They did good.
Yeah.
Now, Jake Paul apparently also gave some of his money to the fighters underneath him to give them the biggest paydays that they've ever had, which I thought was
That's
nice.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. So I don't know. It's a little.
Honestly, the card was good. I
The
mean,
whole
they
thing's
had
good.
the women's fight right before was good.
Yeah.
Like that was
That was the most legit fight, obviously.
yeah, they were awesome. So like compared to the Ben Askren card,
Yeah.
which was a
But it's 'cause it's
fucking
Showtime.
mess. Exactly.
It's
yeah.
Showtime. Before it was Triller. This was Showtime. Showtime's boxing shit. Like, you better not put on a whole,
Yeah. They call
clown.
it Showtime for a reason. Right?
Yeah, dude, for sure. Look, there you are.
Who's that guy?
That was a good pick. Is that from this fight that's from the previous one, right?
That's from the one in Florida.
Yeah.
So how was it fighting Apex versus the first UFC fight back?
Definitely like totally different. The first one in Florida, walking out to that crowd, it was like a wave hit you. Just so many people. Definitely, gave me a little bit of the jitters, but Apex, you could hear everything. You could hear a pin drop in there.
Yeah.
Like I could hear my coaches. The ring, I believe, was a little smaller as well. The cage. Yeah, two totally different, atmospheres.
Does it feel closer to a gym to fight, like training in the gym, or not really?
Yes, I absolutely agree with that.
It was a little familiar in a good way, maybe.
Yeah, you hear your coaches coaching you like very clearly. Where in Florida, you hear a little bit of what they're saying, but you just hear like either the boos or the yeahs from the.
John did talk. He talked a little shit about you when he was on, saying that you were asking him what happened.
Oh my God! So the first round I threw like a level change overhand right, and I thought it hit him here. I was looking at his chest. I thought it hit him here in the shoulder, but apparently it hit him in the.
And you dropped them.
Yeah. So should have, like, in hindsight, should have probably followed up with some strikes on the ground, but.
I just thought that was so funny. He was like,
oh, dude.
He's looking at us saying, what happened? He's like, fucking finish him. That's the fucking fight game, if it, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You're doing your best. Like, you're trying to focus on what you're seeing, and everybody sees a different perspective. And let me ask you a question. When you're in there in, like, an Apex, we hear as an audience everybody screaming at the fighter, telling them what to do.
Yes.
Do you hear the other corner and pay any attention, or is it distracting?
I just had this conversation with somebody. It is.
We don't have to talk about it again, bro, if you don't want to.
No.
Way to make me feel original. I'm joking.
For some reason, I hear the other corner more clearly than mine.
Well, that's some bullshit.
Always. I'm dead serious. Yeah, I hear exactly what the other corner says, like, clear as day. I still hear my corner, but for some reason, I hear their corner better.
But so what do you do with that information? Do you ignore it so you can focus on what your coaches are telling you? Do you absorb it so you can try to counter that? Or do you think, the third option here is, or do you think they're full of shit? What they're saying is wrong. That's not what I'm doing. That's not what he's going to be able to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, which one of those thoughts is, or none of them?
It depends. You know, some corners I would hear the instruction. I'd be in my head. I would kind of be like, it's a little bit strange. Not what I would say, but you know.
Yeah.
But then sometimes I'll be like, yes, you know, it's like this past one. I heard some of the things his corner was saying. And I was like, oh, man, that's good instruction, you know, like. So
you're complimenting the other corner in the middle of the fight?
In my head, like, I heard what he's saying. I'm like,
you're like, thumbs.
He should do that. He should do that. But
he's not going to be able to, but he should. That's a good idea. That's hilarious. So that's actually the fifth option that I didn't give you. Basically, you know,
we went up to
you appreciate what they're trying to do. That's fucking hilarious. This weekend, did you... is there UFC fights this weekend? No, right?
There is. I think it's one of those, it's going to be last minute cards.
What do you do outside of fighting and fishing? Like music, movies, like what gets your mind off of shit that you like enjoy doing as a normal civilian?
I like going to the beach, kayaking. I'll zone out and just listen to music.
What are you listening to these days?
Man, I can go anywhere. One day I'll listen to like reggae music. Another day I'll listen to Daniel Gracie style Brazilian music.
Really?
The next day I'll jam out to some Motorhead. You know what I mean? I'm a little bit all over the place.
That's good. That's how I am.
Yeah.
My Spotify playlist is very confusing. or the like songs, like what the fuck is he listening to? It's like, you know, old hip hop, but then like a brand new pop song that just came out that's great, or like some really slow mellow shit.
I just feel like each style of music just brings like a different, you know, vibe.
Is there anything better than Bob Marley at the beach, or are you not a Bob Marley fan?
I do like Bob Marley. I prefer Gregory Isaacs.
Can we stop the show? How dare you? I recently had this conversation too about Bob Marley, and you can defend against it, but he's probably the only artist that's music is, to me, as relevant today as it was when he released it. It doesn't sound old. You can hear a good rock song. You can fucking hear Wild Horses playing, and you're like, oh, that's a great song. Mm-hmm. But you can tell it's an old song. Bob Marley, maybe it's just because I like it, but Bob Marley to me is like...
It's timeless.
It's fucking timeless.
Yeah, he's got so many great hits.
20 years from now, you could hear that song and be like, all right, yeah, it's a current reggae song. Yeah. Anyway, so tell me about your favorite reggae that's not Bob Marley.
I really like Gregory Isaacs a lot. You know, as far as like old school reggae, I like some of the the newer age stuff like Popcorn, Vibes Cartel, Movado.
I don't know any of this shit.
Oh man,
good.
It's awesome. I listened to it on the way over here.
See, I feel like I don't dabble in the new stuff. 'Cause I'm like, there's probably too many people I don't know, and I don't even know where to start. So I just always go to Bob Marley.
It all started with me dabbling a little bit, and you know, just open up a whole new avenue of music.
I gotta check it out.
Yeah.
Nothing like being on the beach or just on the deck or just outdoors with a little reggae, just peaceful.
I could just sit on the beach for hours, you know what I mean? Just sun hitting me, you know, periodically going into the water, you know, nothing beats it, you know what I mean?
So growing up, did you go to the Jersey Shore a lot?
Yeah, my parents have had a house in Seaside Park since I was like 3 or 4 years old.
Okay.
So I'm used to going down there in the summers and stuff.
There is something about it that's very different over here. Like I grew up in Puerto Rico, so that's a whole different type of beach lifestyle. But like going to the shore here has such a good feeling.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just everybody's kind of happy, and the environment is very family friendly, and it's fucking enjoyable.
Yeah, it's like therapeutic almost.
It is. It is. And I don't know how long obviously you have a house, so you go down probably and stay longer. My parents bought a house in Long Branch in apartment or whatever.
It's a beautiful area.
It is. But we weren't really too big on the North Jersey. Like we didn't know until we started going there. Mm-hmm. So point being is that like we used to do a lot more South Jersey beaches, and like take the kids to Ocean City for the boardwalk and like all that stuff. But this year we haven't done it at all, and it bums me out because we keep on going to the North Beach House, which is nice, but it's a whole different vibe.
Oh, totally different.
The people are different. The environment is different.
Oh man, like the Central beaches is different than the South beaches, which is different than the North beaches. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird how such small distances can just. Because everybody in Long Branch is like New York people.
New York and super North Jersey, yeah.
We went, where were we? I think we did make it down to, oh no, we went to Avalon one time this summer. And when we were down to Avalon, my wife's like, see, no matter what, I'm a South Jersey girl. It's like, everybody's walking around with solo cups. Everybody's just happy. And it's like, you're down the shore.
It's like laid back.
Long Branch, everybody's a little bit more like looking at you. What are you doing? Kind of, it's a different environment.
100%.
But anyway, did you hear about? I'm just gonna keep on bringing random fights up that you probably don't care about. Oscar De La Hoya was fighting this weekend. I think it's this weekend on one of these fucking fights.
Was he fighting Vitor Belfort?
Yes, but then he got COVID.
No.
And now, guess who steps in? Holyfield. What a fucking weird replacement. Is it not?
Isn't that like a totally different weight class?
I think by a long shot.
By a long shot, right?
Yeah. I mean, Holyfield, I don't know how tall he is, but he's as much of a heavyweight as you can be.
Yeah.
And De La Hoya was actually looking good. But the thing is, those fights, I think the weights are, because, what's his name? Vitor. He's a bigger dude anyway.
Yeah, he fought at light heavyweight, I think.
I think so. So I'm
185.
I'm sure there was already a discrepancy in the weight anyway. Mm-hmm. So maybe that's why it didn't matter. I just thought it was funny. Like, I'm like, first of all, Oscar's probably wanting all these eyeballs on him because he's been dying to do like the exhibition type of Mayweather money.
He used to be like a 140 pounder, right? Or one.
Might have even been less when he started.
Yeah.
He went up as with age and like boxers typically do. He went up a little bit towards the end, but when he was in his prime, Oscar was the fucking man.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I was kind of excited to see how he was going to look in his older age. He looked in shape, but then fucking Holyfield now stepping in.
And that's Saturday?
I think that's Saturday or Sunday because they do weird days.
Check that one out.
Yeah. Might be interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah,
very interesting.
Yeah. All right, I think I've blabbed enough about random fights. We got anything else, Gabby?
Well, teammate news.
What is this?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. What do you think about this? Chiesa versus Brady.
So I just found out about this a couple of days ago. I think it's an absolutely great matchup for Sean. You know what I mean? I think Sean is better everywhere. I've been saying this for a long time. I don't see anybody beating Sean in the UFC. That's going to be the next champ at 170.
Fuck yeah.
Obviously, it's a little biased because I'm his friend and teammate, but dude, his work ethic is second to none. His skill set is second to none. He's just not getting beat.
I thought it was funny that it's not funny because you shouldn't laugh about other people's losses, but Kevin Lee. So Sean Brady called out Chiesa on the show a while back. I thought that was great. I thought that was a great idea. Mm-hmm. Then that fell through for whatever, or that never happened at all. Mm-hmm. And then Kevin Lee popped up, and I'm like, shit. Well, that's good because that's a big name for Sean to fight. And he's moving up in weight. Like he has all the advantages there anyway, so it should be an easy fight for Brady. Mm-hmm. And then obviously the foot thing happened, so Brady's out. Well, actually, that was the second time because
I think
Kevin Lee was hurt.
He hurt his rib.
A rib or something, right? And then he was skydiving or some bullshit. Anyway, so that falls through, and I'm like, all right, well, Kevin Lee's talking all this shit about being top 5 right away in that new division. And we joked around about it a little bit. I'm like, you should at least get one fight in that division before you start saying that, right?
One would
Fair?
think.
Fair?
Right? Yeah.
I'm trying to get you to talk shit, but it's not working.
No.
No, anyway, so he goes in and then he loses anyway. So it's kind of nice because now that name's eliminated, and then I think Brady fights Chiesa, and then anybody.
I think it's a bigger fight too.
It's a
for
bigger
Sean.
fight, but it just catapults him top 5 right away.
I agree.
Kevin Lee would have maybe been one more, maybe a Chiesa. You know.
Yep. I think he skips.
He skipped all that bullshit.
A step in a good way.
In a good way.
You know.
I agree.
That fight. Absolutely.
So it's not that I was happy that Kevin Lee lost, but I was happy that Sean Brady basically just avoided that whole fight, moved on, gets the win now.
November, right? November.
I don't know. Is it November? Yeah, I think you're right.
November 20th.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
nice. That's good.
So, do you know if he's doing better? Is he on the
yeah,
mend?
He's doing better. You know, he's.
That was scary shit, man, that he went through.
Yeah, man. It's that stuff's no joke, man.
And that can happen in any fight, man. Do you worry about that shit when you're training on the mats and shit?
I try to, make sure I'm sponsored by the Game Face wipes. So, yeah.
By the way, I knew you were gonna say that. I was about to say, aren't you sponsored by something?
You set me up. You set me up for that one.
You're welcome, guys. You're welcome.
Yeah, they, I'm after every practice I use them, and then get home, shower.
Yeah.
If I have an open cut, there's hydrogen peroxide, disinfect it right away. Stay on top of that because
look at this shit.
I've had MRSA before. I've had staph. I've had that before. Cellulitis before. Yeah, it's no good. No good.
It's pretty easy to get, huh? In those environments.
Yeah. It's all those are very aggressive. You know what I mean? Once they get in your blood system, it's just.
This might be like I don't know obviously how to treat something at that level, but have you ever used like Bactine?
Bactine is good. Yeah. Yes, Bactine.
Because I started using that for like tattoos and shit, but now I have it at home, and anytime the kids get a cut or my dog scratches like my dad or some random.
You're talking about that spray,
the spray.
Right? Yeah, it's like
because it kills the bacteria
with
the green top.
Yeah,
smells good, 99% like bacteria, whatever.
That stuff works.
Yeah.
After my fight in Florida, my elbow, I was walking. We stayed a couple extra days in Florida. I'm walking. My girlfriend's like, "Let me look at your elbow," and I like lifted my elbow up, and it was like oozing out of back. So we got that Bactine on there real fast.
Okay.
Did the trick.
See?
Stop. Yeah.
All right, we're looking for show sponsors. Bactine, hit us up. Or the wipes, anybody. But that shit does work. So what happened? You cut like it was infected before the fight, then, or no?
I think I got it at the fight, but I'm not sure.
You popped it or something? You broke it open?
I scraped it on the like the canvas. But, numerous ways it could have got in there, but handled that.
I one time got some random shit like that. Actually, a couple Dominican Republic trips ago. Seriously, like my leg blew up and it got like deep red, and I had to go to the emergency room over there, and they pumped me full of antibiotics and all sorts of shit, thinking that it was actually. So then it controlled it. We had our trip, and then came back, and then it started flaring up again. And then I'm like, I was paranoid over there, like, because they say you shouldn't fly if, like, they thought maybe it's a blood clot, not an infection or whatever. And then we came here, and then it started again. And then I ended up being in the hospital 2 days because they were like drawing to make sure that it wasn't growing and all this shit. And they pumped me full of every fucking antibiotic, and I felt like shit.
On IV?
Yeah, IV.
Oh man,
they were waking me up and like jabbing me in the stomach with shit. Like it was fucking so unnecessary. Damn. And apparently, what it was, I have this. It's called Schlatter, whatever the fuck it's called. When you're like developing, like when you're growing as a teenager, and you get like the bumps, it's supposed to go away. One went away and the other one didn't. So I have this huge bump on my knee.
I see it right now. Yeah.
So if I was on a shoot and I hit it on the edge of the truck, like on the like one of these U-Haul type trucks where we have the gear, and it blew up because of like the sack of fluid in there or whatever.
Yeah.
Point being is that when I went and got it drained, that's when it got infected.
Oh man.
So they introduced the infection, and then that's what caused the whole fucking thing. And anyway, I don't know why I told that story. Just wanted to share my Osgood Schlatter story.
There's so much in common with Sean Brady. That's what you wanted to show.
That was my whole point. That Sean and I both are, see id to eye with all these foot injuries and leg injuries. Thanks for making me feel stupid, Gabby.
That's what I'm here for.
Brother, dude, it's great to have you on the show. Please keep on visiting us.
Absolutely,
as often as you want.
It's a pleasure. It's my pleasure, bro.
You like the new studio? I know I asked you.
I love the new studio.
Nice?
You upgraded, my friend.
We're leveling up little by little.
Yes.
So why don't you do me can you cut a promo to the camera and tell everybody to subscribe unless you'll not support them or something? You don't have to if you don't want to.
No, I will. Everybody, subscribe, please, to the Cageside Show. You're going to like it, I guarantee it.
You're the fucking man.
You're the
brother.
man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, bro.
Appreciate it. Wrap this bad boy up, Gabby. Did you record?
Yes, I hope so.
Could you imagine?